Students from Wakefield, Falls Church, and Washington Latin Public Charter meet today on It's Academic. Hello everyone, I'm Hillary Howard. Welcome to It's Academic, now in its 60th season and brought to you as it has been for more than 50 years by Giant Food. Let's jump in and meet the teams. We begin with Wakefield High School from Arlington, Virginia. Adam, how you doing today?
I'm doing fine. I just want to take this opportunity to thank Michael Farmer, our former captain, for his work with the Somalian Coast Guard. I also want to thank our principal, Dr. Wilmore, and our coach, Mr. Stewart.
Wonderful. Hello, Alex.
Hi, I'm Alex. I'm a senior at Wakefield, and I like to take this opportunity to thank our teammate Sean, who is pursuing his dream of being a professional Minecraft player in South Korea.
Finally, the captain of the team, Josh. Hello.
I'm Josh. I'm a 17-year-old senior, and I want to thank Wakefield It's Academic legend Sydney Cauldron, who is belly dancing in Indonesia, and all of our friends and family for supporting us.
Wow, you know people who are doing some pretty interesting things, guys. All right. In this round, questions are worth 20 points. Nothing off for a wrong answer. Wakefield, here's your first question. Look closely here and see if you can find the name of what capital city of the Philippines.
Manila.
It is Manila. You will be believable if you place what letter in the blank space to correctly spell the word believable.
It's an A, right?
A. Yeah.
A it is. Surviving Galeras, No Apparent Danger. Here you have the titles of two books about volcanic eruptions in what South American country whose capital is Bogota?
Colombia.
Yes, it is Colombia. Atacama, Kalahari, Gobi. Which of these three deserts is located in South America?
Atacama.
Correct. The least likely site for a modern metropolis. The educator who wrote these words was referring to what New York City borough where Central Park is located?
Manhattan.
Manhattan.
It is Manhattan. Well done, Wakefield. You've got 200 points. Time to meet the team from Falls Church High School from Fairfax County, Virginia. Anam, tell us about yourself.
I'm Anam Nguyen. I'm a senior at Falls Church High School. I'm trying to get through the pandemic, and I'm just making sure I go outside and keep up with my friends.
Hello, Jack.
Hi, I'm Jack Child. I'm a senior at Falls Church High School. And besides It's Academic, I'm also very involved with our school's theater department, and I'm class president.
And Nolan, what's up with you?
Oh, hello. I'm Nolan Coughlin. I'm also a senior at Falls Church High School, and aside from It's Academic, I'm a tournament fencer, and I like to do Model UN in my free time.
Wow, very cool, guys. All right, here we go. First question. A salsa moat. Salsa is nice, but hidden in this phrase is the name of what Polynesian island country where Apia is the capital?
Samoa.
Do you guys think it's Samoa? Okay, yeah, Samoa, right?
Samoa.
It is Samoa. Nice. Place in the blank spot what letter that will correctly spell the word labyrinth?
Y.
You guys think
I
it's
think
Y?
that's Y. I think it's Y.
Yeah, why?
Y is right. Attu, Adak. These two A-initialed islands are part of what A-initialed chain that extends 1,200 miles off the coast of Alaska?
I believe that's the
Do you guys think it's
Aleutians,
Aleutian?
right? Yeah, Aleutians.
Aleutian.
Aleutian Islands is correct. Saudi Arabia, Iran, Pakistan. Which of these countries does not share a land border with Afghanistan?
I believe Saudi Arabia, I think.
Saudi Arabia. Yeah,
Saudi
it's
Arabia.
on the peninsula. Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia is correct. It could hardly exist in the practical north. Thus did Mark Twain describe what celebration that traditionally takes place each year in New Orleans before Lent?
You guys think it's Mardi Gras?
Mardi Gras.
It's Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras.
It is Mardi Gras. Nice job, Falls Church. You've got 200 points. And now it's time to meet the team from Washington Latin Public Charter School. First person we greet is Cooper. Cooper, what's going on?
I'm Cooper Davenport. I'm a sophomore at Latin. I'm 15, nearly 16, and I row crew for Capital Juniors.
And Rob, what's going on with you?
Hi, Hillary. I'm Ra Mirabello, 17-year-old senior at Washington Latin. I would like to thank our stupendous coach, Mr. Salazar, and our admirable administration.
Wonderful. And Lucas, good to have you.
Hi there, Hillary. I'm a 17-year-old senior at Washington Latin. I'd like to thank our alternate, the dapper Dylan Davenport.
Here's your first question. Washington Latin. Erase in error. You won't be in error if you can find in this phrase the name of what river that flows through France.
And for Sen.
Yeah, I'd say the Seine.
Yes, it is. It's the Seine. Get the blood pumping through your arteries and add what letter here to spell the word artery correctly.
Confer. Is it E, guys? Would you say
I think so. E.
E, I believe.
Yes, it is E. Nice. Leaping water, Devil's Cataract. Here you see two sections of what largest African waterfalls, named for a long reigning 19th century English queen.
Oh, is it
Confer.
Victoria.
Is it Victoria
is it
Falls?
Victoria? Victoria Falls.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it's Victoria Falls. Java, Tahiti, Bora Bora. Which one of these islands is part of Indonesia?
Is it?
Confer.
I think it's
Java?
Java.
Yeah. Final answer, Java.
Yes, it is. It's Java. Flying needles. Here's one description of what small insects, some of which carry malaria.
Confer. Is it mosquitoes, guys?
Mosquitoes, think so.
Yes.
Final answer.
Yes, it's the awful mosquito. Well done, Washington Latin. 200 points. Time for the picture perfect round. In this round, as you probably know, questions are worth 20 points up or down, but there is a 10-point deduction for a failure to answer. Here we go, Wakefield. First question. Often called the peacock butterfly, this insect is part of a genus named for what chief Roman goddess associated with the Greek Hera?
This would be Juno, right?
You're right, that's Juno. Yep, you're right. My country is the world. This viewpoint was expressed before the Civil War by what white abolitionist editor of a newspaper called The Liberator?
I believe this is Confer. Is this Garrison, guys?
Yeah, it sounds. Yeah, I think so.
Final answer, Garrison.
That's it, William Lloyd Garrison. Here, George Braque painted Antwerp, the second largest metropolitan region of what small European country?
This would be Belgium, guys. Belgium.
Belgium it is. Nice, Wakefield. You've got 260 points. Well, it is time for the picture perfect round. First up, Falls Church High School. First question. George Washington is preparing to cross what river here on his way to attack Trenton, New Jersey?
I
think that's the Delaware.
I believe
yeah.
that's the Delaware, right? Enough?
Delaware River.
It is the Delaware River. Nice. Locks palms. Rearrange the letters in this phrase, and you'll name what dangerous disease for which Edward Jenner developed a vaccine.
I
Looks
think
like
it's
smallpox.
smallpox.
Smallpox it is. One of the most popular tourist sites in Vietnam is the tomb of what leader for whom the city of Saigon was renamed?
Ho Chi Minh?
Ho Chi Minh.
That's Ho Chi Minh.
Ho Chi Minh, it is. Nice. Falls Church, you've got 260 points. And now, Washington Latin, you get to play the picture perfect round. Here's the first clue, guys. These dark crystals you see here are part of a mineral named for what Roman god, the counterpart of the Greek Poseidon?
Is it Neptune?
Confer Neptune. Yeah, final answer, Neptune.
Yes, it is Neptune. Learning to eat sushi. This might have been a tweet from what U.S. Navy Commodore who opened Japan to the West in 1854?
Oh boy.
Harry.
Confer.
Harry.
Final answer, Perry.
Yes, it is Perry. Nice job. This 18th century mosque is one of the glories of Isfahan, a city in what Islamic country where Tehran is capital?
Confer.
Iran.
Is it Iran?
Final answer, Iran.
Yes, it is Iran. Well done, Washington Latin. 260 points. Well, let's meet the coach and principal of Wakefield High School. Josh, tell us who's with you today.
Dr. Wilmore, our principal, and Mr. Stewart, our coach, and also the professor of intrigue and deception at Wakefield.
Well, really good to have you, Mr. Wilmore. And Mr. Stewart, tell us about your team.
This is a wonderful group of gentlemen. They couldn't be kinder people, and I'm so excited for what they're going to do when they get out in the world.
Thanks so much for being with us. And now it's the packet round. You guys know questions are worth 20 points. No penalties for incorrect answers, and there's a 25-point bonus if you get all of the questions right. First question, Wakefield. Historical research supports the claim that a cow owned by Mrs. O'Leary started the 1871 fire that consumed much of what largest Midwestern city?
Chicago, right?
Chicago.
Yeah. Okay.
Final answer, Chicago.
It is Chicago. The colonial minister Increase Mather increased hysteria with his essay about what superstitious practice, a crime associated with Salem, Massachusetts.
Witchcraft.
Yeah.
Yes, it's witchcraft. Here's your science question. Cerebellum, stapes, duodenum. Which of these is a part of the hind brain of vertebrates and controls muscle coordination?
Confer. Do you guys have any
Probably
ideas?
cerebellum, I guess.
Cerebellum, I think.
You're right. Cerebellum, sorry, I jumped in before you. Yes, that's correct. Patagonia may sound like a mythical kingdom, but it's actually a sheep-raising area of Chile and what neighboring country whose capital is Buenos Aires?
Argentina.
C, correct, Argentina. The screenplay for an unremarkable 1948 movie, Woman's Vengeance, was written by what author who had written the very remarkable novel Brave New World?
Confer Aldous Huxley, you guys?
Yeah.
Aldous Huxley.
You're right, it's Aldous Huxley. Here's your math question. If Q equals 4, what is the value of P?
1.
Yes, it's 1. Elected in 1920, what 29th president died in office before the full extent of the Teapot Dome scandal became public?
Harding.
William Henry Harrison.
No.
Harding.
Harding.
Yeah. Final answer, Harding.
Yes, it's Harding. Well done, Wakefield. 25-point bonus. Woo! And 425 points. It takes a lot to be on It's Academics, so let's meet the coach who helped get this team ready for competition. Anam, who came with you today?
I'd like to introduce to everyone our wonderful coach and sponsor, Mr. Mike Brzezonski.
Well, hello, Mr. Brzezonski. Tell us about your team.
They're senior laden, and we're doomed to next year when they graduate and set the world on fire.
Thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it. And now, of course, it's time for that packet round, guys. Here's your first question. You wouldn't look into the forest, but in the ocean to find what largest mammal whose varieties include sperm and blue?
I believe that's
whales.
Whales.
Yes. The city of Council Bluffs, Iowa got its name after local Indians met there in 1804 with what pair of American explorers charged with exploring the Louisiana Purchase?
It's Lewis and Clark.
Lewis and Clark.
Yeah, Lewis and Clark.
It is Lewis and Clark. Nice. On your screens for the science question. Plasma, protoplasm, hemoglobin. 50% of the blood in our bodies is composed of an almost colorless or straw-colored liquid known by which of these terms?
I think that's
I
plasma.
believe it's
Plasma.
Yes, it's plasma. A talk show host would want to interview what mythical character who fell in love with his own reflection and was turned into a flower that bears his name?
I think that's Narcissus, right?
Narcissus.
Yeah, it's Narcissus. Viva Zapata, a screenplay about Mexican revolutionary Emiliano Zapata, was the work of what American author of The Grapes of Wrath?
John Steinbeck.
Yeah, that's right. Here's your math question. Solve for x.
It looks like
X
9,
is 9.
right, guys?
Yep, 9.
9 it is. By attacking the Do-Nothing Congress, what 33rd president shocked the pollsters and won the 1948 election?
I think that's Truman or Eisenhower. I think
Truman took over when what's his name? Yeah.
I think it's Truman.
Truman.
Yeah, it's Truman. I'm glad you pulled that one out. Very good job. Falls Church High School, 425 points, and you got that 25-point bonus. Awesome. Let's meet the team that's supporting these gentlemen at Washington Latin Public Charter. Lucas, who's with you?
We have our alternate, Dylan Pagley, our coach, Mr. Salazar, and our principal, Dr. Smith.
Dr. Smith, wonderful to have you. And Mr. Salazar, tell us a little bit about your team.
You've got a marvelous group of young men here. I'm so very proud of everything that they've accomplished up until this point, and I look forward to seeing what they're going to get done in the future.
Thank you, Mr. Salazar. So nice to have you with us today. And it's also great that we were joined by Dr. Smith and the alternate, Dylan. Okay, Washington Latin, time for the packet round. Here we go. There are over 900 streets in the U.S. and Puerto Rico named for what civil rights leader assassinated in 1968?
For Martin Luther King, guys.
Yep. Final answer, Martin Luther King.
That's it, Martin Luther King. A Russian museum has on display a 4,000-year-old signature made on what type of material used by Egyptians before the invention of paper? It's made of plants.
Confer
Papyrus. Yeah.
Papyrus.
Final answer, papyrus.
Yes, it is papyrus. Here's your science question. Gravity helps keep our feet on the ground. A person standing on the Earth's surface is subject to a force of which of these?
Or 1G.
Confer. Yeah, confer. Is it 1G, I think?
Final answer, 1G.
1G is right. Archaeologists have now uncovered evidence of a city over 4,000 years old. In what South American country once home to the Incas?
Confer. Peru. Is it Peru?
Final answer, Peru.
Peru is right, guys. He was a bold man who first ate an oyster, wrote what British author, who included other pearls of wisdom in Gulliver's Travels?
Confer.
Confer. I should 100% know this. I can't believe that I'm blinking to you guys. Anybody have a guess?
I do not.
Sorry. In 3, 2, 1. You're going to know it when I say it. Jonathan Swift. Oh, sorry. Here's your math question. What is the value of this expression, giving your answer as a positive integer?
Or 12.
Confer 12. Yeah. Final answer, 12.
It is 12. The last Secretary of State to become president was what 15th chief executive elected in 1856?
Confer. Rob.
What'd you say,
Sorry?
Rob?
Buchanan.
Yeah, it's Buchanan. Nice job. 380 points for Washington Latin. Dun, 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 dun. It's time for the grab bag. And Wakefield's up first. In this round, questions are worth 20 points up or down, 30 points up or down for the visual questions, and 10 points off if you don't answer. First question, gentlemen. Appointed to the Supreme Court during the Civil War, Stephen Field was the first justice from what western state, now the most populous in the country?
California.
California.
Yes, you're right, it's California. Hundreds of people canceled their subscriptions to the New Yorker magazine in 1948 after it published a story called The Lottery by what woman?
Shirley Jackson.
You're right, it's Shirley Jackson. Nice. Choice. Which of the following blood types is considered the universal donor? A, B positive, or O negative?
It's O negative, right, guys?
Or negative.
Yeah.
Yes, it's O negative. On your screens for 30 points. Every time I paint a portrait, I lose a friend. This remark was made by what 18th century American artist whose portrait of George Washington is produced on the $1 bill?
Anyone have any idea?
I think we should probably just pass to only lose 10 points.
Yep, I agree. No answer.
It is Gilbert Stuart. I'm sure that rings a bell. You did well, Wakefield, 475 points. Falls Church, it is time for the grab bag. Here's your first clue. Now designated as a World Heritage Area, what natural structure with a two-word name is made of coral and extends for 1,200 miles off the coast of Australia?
The Barrier Reef, right? The Barrier Reef, the Great Barrier Reef?
Yeah, that's it, the Great Barrier Reef. Nice. Though he had written Utopia, What English author came to a most unutopian end when he was accused of treason and executed by Henry VIII?
That's St. Thomas More.
You're right. Choice. Unlike human eyes, the eyes of an insect are classified as compound, simple, or planar.
Compound.
Compound.
Yes, it is compound. On your screens for 30 points. There is no caste in blood. This statement, preaching the basic equality of all people, was made thousands of years ago by what Asian religious leader who began life as Prince Siddhartha?
Gautama Buddha.
Buddha, yeah.
Yes, it's Buddha. You got it right, just like every other single question. Falls Church, a perfect score of 515 points. Way to go. It's grab bag time, Washington Latin. If you read a story called The Fox and the Grapes, you would be reading one of the fables associated with what ancient Greek slave?
For Aesop. Aesop.
That's it, yes. When the Modern Library Publishing Company chose the 100 best books of the 20th century, first place went to what Irish author who wrote Ulysses?
Confer. James Joyce.
James Joyce. Yeah, sure.
Final answer, James Joyce.
James Joyce it is. The flame of a gas burner that gives the most heat is what color? Red, yellow, or blue?
Confer.
Confer. Is it
Blue.
blue?
Blue. Blue, final answer.
It is blue. On your screens for 30 points. Tweet from Chimp Cheerleader, out buying peanuts. Jane Goodall might have tweeted this while studying chimpanzees in what East African country where Dar es Salaam is the largest city?
Tanzania.
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 Yeah, you got it. It's Tanzania. Nice job, Washington Latin. 470 points. The scores are now official, and before we even get to the scores, this was an extremely competitive game. This is our best game of the season in terms of the point spread, 45 points within each other. So let's talk about it. First up, Washington Latin Public Charter from Washington, D.C., Cooper Rob Lucas, 470 points. Way to go. From Wakefield High School in Arlington, Virginia, Adam, Alex, and Josh, 475 points. And coming back for the playoffs, Falls Church High School from Fairfax County, a perfect game, guys. 515 points for Anam, John, and Nolan. Awesome, awesome performance. So glad you all were here, and I look forward to seeing you next week when we have Banneker, Dominion, and Langley. I'm Hillary Howard. Have a great Saturday. See you next time. Bye, guys.